yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
I don't judge, and the old timers didn't either, fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they've taken. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely has the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody.
After Terence Crawford stunned the boxing world with a majority decision win over Canelo Alvarez and became the undisputed super middleweight champion, many experts began asking if he could defeat Floyd Mayweather in his prime. Along with celebrating the victory, people also admired the way he earned it. Crawford controlled the fight from the outside, switched his stance with ease, stayed composed under pressure, and combined smart tactics with sharp and ruthless execution.
Crawford outboxed Canelo, made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to. He moved when he was supposed to. Made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Certain analysts, including Bob Arum, have even claimed that Crawford's skill with both hands and his complete set of abilities make him the only fighter capable of truly challenging or possibly defeating Floyd Mayweather at his absolute peak.
Wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight
Why
would
do you
make
feel
the most?
he wipes the floor with him?
Why?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable.
Canelo Alvarez, who has shared the ring with both Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, added more fuel to the debate after Crawford defeated him by unanimous decision in 2025 to claim the undisputed super middleweight title. After that loss, Canelo openly stated that he believes Crawford is the better fighter. He explained that Crawford stands above Mayweather because of his greater versatility, his ring intelligence, his ability to switch stances smoothly, and his strong defensive skills.
Undisputed super middleweight king, Canelo said these things. He said that Crawford was better than Mayweather because he was more versatile, smart in the ring, able to change guards, and good at defense.
And he say he might be better than Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. created a historic career by finishing with a perfect 50 wins and no losses, along with elite defense and the ability to win titles from super featherweight up to light middleweight. He became known for sharp footwork, fast hands, precise counter shots, and the rare talent of taking little damage while setting the rhythm of every fight. Over the years, he captured 15 major world championships across 5 weight divisions during one of the toughest eras in the sport. He regularly stepped into the ring with well-known champions and highly respected opponents who had strong reputations of their own.
All the fights, you've had 50. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds, but nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym, and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I come home and say, you got to tighten up, champ.
Yeah.
You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that
The greatest of all time.
okay.
All right.
In a similar way, Terence Crawford also holds a flawless record. He has collected more than 18 major world titles across 5 weight divisions and became the first male boxer to achieve undisputed champion status in 3 different weight classes. As a switch stance fighter, he grows stronger as he moves up in weight, which sharpens his accuracy and boosts his ability to close out fights. He has defeated elite opponents including Errol Spence Jr. and most recently Canelo Alvarez.
You know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
And last question is, I know Trey, after the fight, have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
The recent clash between Crawford and Canelo marked a major moment in boxing history. Moving up in weight, Crawford challenged Canelo for the unbeaten super middleweight titles, and after 12 hard rounds he secured a majority decision victory with scores of 116 to 112, 115 to 113 and 115 to 113. His approach was clear from the start as he took control of the ring using fast footwork, crisp jabs and perfectly timed counters. He absorbed Canelo's power and constant pressure without falling apart, and even after taking heavy shots and suffering a cut over his right eye, he maintained the same pace until the final bell. With that triumph, he became the first fighter of the modern era to claim undisputed crowns in 3 weight divisions, and his record now stands at 42 wins and 0 losses, placing him among the greatest boxers ever.
When I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
A few weeks back, Roy Jones Jr. said that Terence Crawford deserves to be mentioned among the greatest fighters in history because he has the rare talent and adaptability often seen in Hall of Fame champions. He praised Crawford for switching stances with ease, keeping strong balance, thinking clearly under pressure, and performing at a high level on both offense and defense. At the same time, Jones Jr. noted that Crawford still needs a few more major matchups to fully lock in his legacy. He believes that Crawford's recent victories, especially against top-name opponents, prove that his skill is finally matching the big expectations that have followed him for years.
Probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10. Because he definitely had the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, you know, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for like pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donnell. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Keith Thurman applauded Crawford's display and described it as a victory built on fundamentals, ring control, and intelligent tactics. He explained how Crawford relied on his jab footwork angles and smart use of distance to neutralize Canelo's usual power and forward pressure. Thurman had earlier questioned how Crawford would handle the added weight, but he recognized that Bud's speed, timing, and composure made the difference. He also observed that Canelo looked slower than expected and struggled to adjust or impose his strength as he had done in past bouts. In the end, Thurman called the performance a masterclass in preparation and execution, while admitting that although Canelo remained a threat, he was clearly outclassed in nearly every department.
Up, people, it's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe to toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas admitted that he misread the matchup before the fight began, but Terence Crawford delivered a performance that proved him wrong. He was highly impressed with how carefully Crawford followed his game plan, and he praised his sharp technique, strong control of the ring, and precise punching from start to finish. Vargas continued to respect Canelo and said the Mexican star is still a dangerous and skilled champion, yet he acknowledged that Crawford was clearly the superior fighter that night. He openly said he had underestimated Crawford and expressed both respect and admiration for the level of skill and dominance he showed in securing such a historic win.
Up, people, it's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right. Okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe to toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas also shared his deeper thoughts on the matchup. He pointed out that with nearly 70 professional bouts, Canelo has already endured a long and demanding career. According to Vargas, when a fighter competes, that often over many years the body reflexes and sharpness naturally begin to decline. He said that while Canelo remains one of the biggest stars in boxing, the wear from countless high-level contests has gradually reduced some of the speed and stamina that once defined him. Vargas added that Canelo's power no longer seems as overwhelming as before, and the explosive energy that fueled his rise does not appear the same today.
It was going to be too much. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. I ate my words up, you know what I mean? But creo que esto. ¿Me gusta esta foto? Sí. Hace como 2 años. Eso. Sí.
Actually, I was thinking this.
Good.
I was like, no, that's great.
I have a dream, bro. You want one? You guys flip it from that I'll give you a coffee. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So,
what do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Ul Bernstein highlighted another major strength of Terence Crawford, which is how unpredictable he is inside the ring. He explained that Crawford does not stick to one fixed pattern, but adjusts his tactics as the fight unfolds. That constant change makes it very difficult for opponents to read him, especially someone like Canelo, who depends on timing and counter shots. When there is no clear rhythm to study, it creates serious problems. Bernstein also noted that Crawford's smooth switches between orthodox and southpaw stances add another layer of confusion, forcing Canelo to hesitate when setting up attacks and leaving him vulnerable to sharp combinations he does not anticipate.
Fans or most people would probably say Crawford, I'm guessing, because that's a big part of how he's won, and everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He is a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer. Sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford, but I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you can see.
Teddy Atlas has often spoken highly of Terence Crawford and believes his greatness goes far beyond physical talent. He has explained that Crawford stands out because of his mental strength, including sharp timing, natural instincts, the skill to study opponents, and the courage to adjust plans during intense moments. Atlas says Crawford has qualities that statistics cannot measure, such as cleverness, a high ring IQ, and true heart. He has also praised Crawford for moving up in weight without losing his edge and for taking on major challenges without hesitation. Atlas continues to describe Crawford as a rare talent with the mindset of a champion who truly deserves recognition as one of the best in the sport.
The eye test. Everyone he's been in there, he's won convincingly. I know with the Match for More fight, people want him to win big. It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights, only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at, being a trainer, being in the business of boxing my whole life, 50 years of it.
Canelo Alvarez recently claimed that Terence Crawford is superior to Floyd Mayweather Jr., and that statement drew a response from Floyd's uncle Jeff Mayweather. Jeff suggested that Canelo may have praised Crawford intentionally to build more hype before their matchup. He admitted that Crawford is highly talented and possibly as intelligent in the ring as Floyd, but he rejected the idea that Crawford has surpassed Floyd's defensive ability. Jeff added that fighters often make bold comparisons to elevate their own wins by defeating someone labeled as greater. While he expressed respect for both men, he made it clear that he still believes Floyd's record and legacy remain unmatched.
Got, Crawford, do you think he stays there at 168? Does he go down to 160 and try to get another weight class? I'll start with him first. So, what's his next move? He said he doesn't want to rematch with Canelo, but I think that'd be on the table. That's going to be a ton of money, obviously.
I think that the Canelo fight may be so big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
He has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got a lucky on a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight. So I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
You know, and I think that that might be the fight that he'll take out of all the offers that's out there, because now he's at 68. He don't want to go backwards and go down in weight classes and things like that.
Roy Jones Jr. suggested that Terence Crawford might consider retirement following his massive victory over Canelo Alvarez. He explained that very few fighters could top an achievement of that level, which could mean Crawford has already proven everything he needed to prove. Jones praised him for moving up in weight, challenging a talent like Canelo, and capturing an undisputed title in a third division, calling it the peak of a career. While many expect Crawford to continue fighting, Jones' comments sparked debate among fans and analysts about whether Bud should step away after reaching such a historic milestone.
A very smart fight. Took the fight in the middle, let Canelo get off his steam early, came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for the very smart fight. Then stand in the middle for him, made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Erislandy Lara blueprint and used it very well.
How surprised were you with Crawford's performance? Was you surprised?
Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Erislandy Lara, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight because you knew Erislandy Lara gave him most trouble because you used the ring on him as a southpaw.
How special is Terence Crawford as a fighter? First person to be three-way undisputed.
Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound ever.
Do you think, is there anything more for him now, would you say?
Nothing else left for him. That was it. He can call it a day now if he wants to.
Debate between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford at their peak really comes down to what you value most in a fighter. Mayweather in his prime was nearly untouchable with elite defense, perfect timing and full control of distance, which helped him retire with a 50-0 record and world titles across multiple weight classes. Crawford at his best brings versatility, power in both hands, the ability to switch stances, and the rare achievement of becoming undisputed in 3 divisions while defeating top-level opponents in dominant fashion.